about you and the family. So, do you want to share just like what's your passion? What are you most excited about? What's the most exciting thing happening in your reality right now?
Um, well, of us kids, I usually think of myself as the creative one. So
Say,
yeah. Hmm?
He did hear you.
say
Oh,
again.
the creative one. Yeah? No?
Say it again.
The creative one.
Ah, amazing. What do you like to create?
A lot of things. I do crochet, but also drawing, painting, and I'm doing a creative business school.
Wow. Tell me more.
I'm in my first year, so yeah, not that much to say about it yet, but I like it so far.
So, tell me about creative business school. What does that mean?
Um, at the moment, um, we have a client, and then we have to add value to their company. So first we have to analyze their company and then see where there are opportunities to improve it. And then for the second part, we have to create a marketing plan for it in detail, like what are the competitors and stuff like that. Positioning matrix, fun. And after that, we also have to do a research report, which is basically all the research we've done in the entire process of creating the first two.
I
Yeah.
love that. That's amazing. So, do you have specific companies that you are looking at or specific companies that you integrate into as a result of doing this? Because this is, by the way, this is something that I really love, and it's like experiential business development.
Yeah. Yeah, like also our grades are by projects and not necessarily by tests that we make. So when everything's done for the semester, we have our high stake, and basically all we do at that point is submit a snapshot of all the grades we've got so far. And then it's in the hands of the teachers to see how well we did for each project, if we did enough to pass for that learning outcome. And at the moment, we have 5 of them. Yeah.
What's the learning outcome that you want to deliver? I'm curious.
Well, for me, the most
Maakt me het liggen knopje indrukken.
most exciting
Andere knop.
or most interesting learning outcomes are in the next semester. But I don't know which learning outcome.
Veel.
I don't know.
That's it.
Don't worry. I mean, it's all good. I'm just curious. That's all. I was just thinking,
Like
maybe there's
my
some.
favorite one is in the next semester, not this one.
What's that?
The creation of the content and more like that side of it. Like this semester, it's more of the
Analysis.
personal leadership is one of them, and research is one of the learning outcomes. And what was the other one? Media marketing, like those things, like more the business side of it. And I want to do more the creative side of it. So the creation of things.
So the creating of content.
For instance, that's a learning outcome,
What kind of
but that's
content
next semester. Hmm?
kind of content do you like to create or want to create?
Um, well, I've started to learn how to edit videos with professional editing tools, and I've had like my first Photoshop workshop, but I still have to figure some things out. But I'm starting with that, so that's also interesting. And we also now, within the professional tools, we also have like graphic design tools, which I'm looking forward to start using to see if it's something I would like.
Cool, so what I'm hearing, and correct me if I'm wrong, I'm hearing that you really like the creative component of like editing, photography, like really being uh based off of the development of what content. It doesn't mean the content specific geared towards creativity, means the creative aspect of putting together the pieces so that they are telling a story that is in alignment with kind of like the way that you want to visualize it, create an auditory reform, and allow people to understand it and feel something from your unique way of painting a picture. Is that what I'm hearing correctly?
Yeah, I love being creative. Yeah.
I
Yeah,
love it.
for me, also it's a way to focus just my mind, which is useful.
I love that because content, especially with all the content, maybe because we are gonna be capturing a lot of content, and if it's something that you feel uh would be a good practice tool, like we'll be capturing a lot of content for the things that we'll be doing with Sagitas and with Scotty and with Ross and with your father. Maybe it would be valuable to ways that we could get some of your services, and we would love to. Your dad's the numbers guy, so we can figure out the proposal and everything, and we can make.
My hallucination is that she should come to Brazil.
Yes,
That's my hallucination.
Sean, do you want to talk a little bit about Brazil?
Sure. Uh, yeah, so
Sean, do you
I,
want to share a little bit about yourself before you go into Brazil?
okay. Yeah. My name's Shaw. Hello family. I'm I'm from Santa Barbara, California. I'm studying entrepreneurship here at Santa Barbara City College, and I got introduced to Eric from the ACOM community last year. I don't know if any of you are familiar with ACOM, but yeah, we were
So
working to,
that's Ananda Giri. That's who Tony was talking about at Date with Destiny. Ronald. So it comes from Ananda Giri. He's part of the Ekam community. Anyway, sorry, just to give some context. That's all.
yeah, no, yeah. So basically, we met from an Onigiri exactly, and we were working towards a festival, and Onigiri was like, "Hey, I think you guys would really love Eric. He's working with youth around the world," and it just aligned really perfectly. And so, we, needless to say, Eric helped us amazingly towards the festival, of course, and then um, just became family since then. So it's been really beautiful. And yeah, Alto Paraiso is an event that we're doing in Brazil. So it's designed on integrating like the balance and harmony of nature with business and technology. So kind of like immersing into the jungle and really feeling into that flow and that harmony that's there and exploring the jungle, going on hikes, going to the waterfall, uh, and just really immersing in that as well as having that sense of community. And then also going and meeting like the indigenous communities that are there and seeing like what their lifestyle is like and how we can integrate their wisdom. And then from there, how we can take action in our projects and in business and in tech to integrate those principles and values into life. So that's the summary, and yeah, it's very exciting.
Do you have any questions? Meet?
It's meta. Meta.
Sorry, Meta. I apologize. I'm very sorry. I'm very sorry.
I don't think so. Yeah, for me, it's always I have to see it for myself to sometimes truly understand it. I'm like a practical person in that way, you know?
I totally understand that. It's learning by experience. That's what it is.
Yeah.
It's also for you, Shah. She's mirroring you. Do you see that? The discussion we had the last do you see her
Yes,
mirror yours? Do you see that?
I see.
Maybe Sean can go deeper into kind of what you feel practically it will especially based off of why you feel practically it'll be an impactful experience for you, Sean. Very good.
Practically for me, I feel like it will, well, I don't know if feeling and thinking are going to get intermeshed here, but it I feel like it'll give me some grounding, some really good grounding and knowledge for whatever I choose to approach going forward into the future. And that's really why I like not the main reason I wanted to I've wanted to support what's going on at Alta Paraiso and help make that event happen. And I also know for myself that the kind of the grounding and the principles that I would get out of this event would help me on my own journey, help me with whatever I plan on creating, with whatever I do, I know that it'll just help me in how I approach people and how I approach life. So yeah, that's kind of the more like practical how it would be beneficial for myself and why I would want to go. I just really feel like those core values and core principles um, from that immersion would be really useful to my life. So, yeah.
Thanks for sharing, dude.
Yeah, of course.
Mark, maybe you should come too.
Perhaps.
Especially since we were talking about the nature lots you and I when we were in Germany is a lot. And we went
Yeah,
to
that was lovely.
Yeah. Especially since we were talking about Jin Hong, do you look who I found.
I'm watching a lighthouse. Look, it's so cool.
That's nice.
Look, I'm watching the lighthouse.
That's a cool people.
And I have not came in yet. Look, now I'm coming in the lighthouse.
You're in the metaverse.
So funny.
Sigitas, let me introduce you to my daughter, Mette.
He already met her. He's been watching it live. Upstairs.
Yeah. Hello,
Okay.
Meta.
Hi.
Hey, Mart. Jin Hong is came here. Hey, everyone from the lighthouse.
Hello,
Yay!
hello.
They showed Redskin.
What's up, Jing Hong Ji?
Yeah, so good to see you guys. I miss you guys. Yeah, yeah. Amazing you guys, continue to do this every Friday. I just miss you guys. I say, okay, let me jump on. Say hi to you guys. How are you doing?
Well, Jin Hong, I just want to remind you, we do this every single day, actually. So you're always welcome every day to come and join us.
Oh, really? Same time?
Anytime.
It
Oh,
can vary half an hour,
every-
1 hour there and there.
Every day, same time?
Yes, similar time. Yes.
Same time. Is it same time, like 8 o'clock Pacific time?
Yeah, most days it's 8 Pacific time. On some days it's 8:30.
Oh, okay. Cool. And it's announced in the group?
Yes.
Okay. Awesome.
I'll tag you in the schedule.
Okay. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah.
Jinho, you
Uh-huh.
came up, you actually came up in a conversation. I'm curious about your needs right now because we were talking about accounting and development and growth and contribution. And I'm curious what are the things that you're working on right now? And maybe you also would like to come to Brazil.
Oh, you're going to Brazil for what? Tell me about Brazil. I heard something. So is it a
Well,
conference, a retreat, or something?
yes, we're organizing a retreat seminar
Okay.
where we're going to be there with the youth, as you can see, we're talking about, and also integrating creative patterns of how to recognize that nature's essence and bringing that regenerative paradigm into business principles is what's going to allow us to cultivate a way more conscious shift in our next generation so that they can be way more creative in the essence in the ways that they show up and start to really focus on the development of how to serve one another so that as these business principles unfold, they start to really take its own form and create a new culture, a culture of sincere devotion to one another and to something themselves in organizational principles, because fundamentally these organizational principles are coming from state law versus natural law.
Mm-hmm. So this is more of a business retreat.
I would say life is business. Business is the ultimate spiritual journey.
Yes.
And if we start to recognize that there is no difference,
Mm-hmm.
that there is no separation, then we can start to create authentic conscious living, because business is ultimately a way to integrate spirit and take a way more responsible approach towards the way that we choose to operate in this physical space. And so from that place, it becomes it becomes life. It just becomes life in a way of serving community, in way of developing community, in way of regenerating community. And then we stand on these beautiful principles, and our next generation, as you see that are sitting here with us, they get to stand on our shoulders.
And why Brazil? Why Brazil?
Thank you for this question.
Yeah.
Thank you for this question. Brazil is a place that cracked my heart open. It took me to a place that allowed me. Hi, Mom. Okay, jesteś?
No, it's
Your face.
Medicine from mom.
Thanks.
Thank you, mom.
Do you want to say hello, Mama?
No, that's okay.
Mama. Mama, say hello to my children.
Oh yeah, come say hi to Ronald's children. What's wrong? I feel that's good. Where's Kai? Watch. That's good. Shaw, this is my mom.
Hello, hello.
Gino, this is my mom.
Hello.
See, look, Mike.
Hello.
We all in the robes here.
Yeah, exactly. We're all
Grandmas
Yes.
I'm the only one out.
This is my daughter Mette, and this is my son Mart.
Okay, so nice to meet you.
And this is Shaw, who's been an amazing support and brother of ours. He's our young king. And Jin Hong
Hello.
is another brother.
Hello, hello, hello.
This is my mom, Margaret. She's Queen Mama. It's funny. Did you guys
Hello,
hear I was
Margaret.
saying?
Hello.
Did you hear me saying I was saying I cracked my heart open and then Mom came?
Yeah, I know.
Isn't that unreal? Unreal. I love you.
Okay,
And
guys.
I want to add to that, the true currency is in experience. And Eric just showed us the ultimate version of that. And for him, it was Alto Paraiso. So it's quite clear we need to start there. And I didn't see you, Jin Hong. But
Okay.
I want to show you something of value for me.
Okay.
I just arrived today.
Uh-huh.
Do you see it?
Yeah, I can see it. A
Do you know
picture.
what it is?
Looks like a signature. Oh, Tony Robbins. Okay. Okay, Tony
The
Robbins.
signature of the big man.
Ah.
So if you talk about value, for me, this is value. It's
Uh-huh.
only a signature on a piece of paper.
Uh-huh.
But the experience for me is that he did that for me.
Mm-hmm.
That is value.
Yes.
And the next generation needs help for us to explore that deeper
Mm-hmm.
and prepare them for it.
Yes.
So I would love to get into this topic with you separately.
Yes. Thank you, Ron.
So I'm going to give my old one to my
Uh-huh.
son, Toddy.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I was asking why do you have to
Because you need it more.
give it to me?
No, you already got it.
Didn't
Awesome.
even need to ask.
Well, let me go back to Brazil.
Yes.
So Brazil, is the ultimate investment in ourselves. And for me, I didn't have the awareness. It cracked my heart open.
Mm.
It gave distinction in the direction of, I went there not understanding where I was going.
Mm-hmm.
I went there because I fell in love with a beautiful woman that invited me to come.
Mm.
And although I was terrified, and I remember meditating on the beach in Tulum and asking myself, is this the right thing to do? And my heart just like being in such pain.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like feeling, and then I remember opening myself back up like this, like sitting back and saying,
Mm-hmm.
okay, you can handle it. And so it was so beautiful because I remember that anchor point. And that experience going down to Brazil and to Alto Paraíso, it took me to a place that I didn't know I existed, and I needed a mirror of recognizing how important it was for me to understand what true authenticity looks like. So this amazing woman would always ask me, how can you step up? And she was operating from such a high level of intelligence that I had no idea what was going on me, except I just chose to trust. And there was so much of my own ego showing up in that relationship that I ended up losing with purpose. Because from that place, I ended up going to Joe Dispenza, which is where I met this beautiful brother. And we ended up spending a lot of time in Tulum and Mexico over the next few months. And then we returned back to Brazil, to the same house that I was originally living with her. I ended up moving into that house by myself. And we created a beautiful retreat together there, where we ended up inviting the whole community. We started looking for places, we started looking for experiences, we started looking for wellness centers, land, to really want to land this on the ground and bring this to life. And what was the most magical about this experience is that we kept failing.
Again, like we didn't kept failing. It's not like I haven't felt a failure in any moment.
Well, it's a perceived failure, right? It's a perceived failure, a successful failure. And when I say failure, to me, it means a lesson. It's just another way of not doing it, a new approach, an opportunity. Failure to me means a change of approach, a doing it a better way, because success is actually who we already are. And so success lies within us. It's not around us. And so the experience of learning how to fail is one of the greatest experiences that I've discovered, because failure doesn't mean anything negative. It just means a new way of not doing things. There's no negative connotation.
It's like changing the.
It doesn't exist.
It's like adjusting the coordinates of the.
Exactly.
Like, if we go there, boom, there. It's an adventure.
Just a shift.
It's a shift, yeah,
Direction.
flowing. So yeah, please carry on.
And so when we went there, we discovered, or we had these amazing communities. We spent time in the market. We got to know the community. We spent time with a lot of elders. After everybody left, I ended up spending a few more months there alone.
Mm.
And I spent time in the jungle alone, and I spent time with the elders alone. And this is where I really started to dive deep into myself, because something was still within me that I knew I needed to identify and understand. And then I went to Ecuador. I came back. I went to Costa Rica. I came back, and I just kept being alone in this big house.
Mhm.
And by the way, it's a retreat center now.
Mhm.
It's now a retreat center that is available for the dates that we want. So they turned it into a retreat center, and we basically prepared the ground for this retreat center to become. Now it's kind of unfolding and growing, and so this space became such a sacred experience for me, and it helped me understand. So what I realized that I was doing now is that I was creating a space that I needed for my soul to connect to nature, to my creative insight, to my creative philosophy. And so I would walk for hours to go to a waterfall, just silence, listening to the birds and, the ground and the snakes and the critters. And I would walk for hours just to get to this beautiful waterfall where I was there by myself. And I would approach this waterfall knowing that it could take me out and I could die, but I would just like live there and like love it and like feel God's infinite wisdom coming through me, and just deeply connected to something so much more profound. And it became a playground for me. And I started to recognize that this is actually the ultimate playground for me. It rests on the biggest landmass of quartz, and it opened up my crown chakra in such a deep integrated way. And then I would go and I would swim in this water. And this happened for almost 8 months, where I became basically Tarzan. I became this connected individual, so deeply immersed in nature and with the local community. People would stop to me on the street and they would give me a hug and love on me. I walked around like the local wizard. And I just really connected to the local community. We would go to markets, I would bring friends, we would play the guitar. I would spend time with the indigenous elders, and they would teach me a lot through their stories. We would bring in different elders from different places in the Amazon, and I learned. And we actually returned there a couple times to go look at land to purchase, and we brought in different investors and things like this. And some of the land ended up getting purchased, and they ended up doing their own thing, which is great, and we really wish them amazing well. And
you're gonna connect with them. So they bought the land, I guess, for us as well, for all of us.
Yeah,
it's the person that bought the land. He just reached out to you, like a few months ago or something. So it's like, I assume there's also something going on there that is coming to life.
So this was kind of the reason why we went there, and why going back there is, I believe, a very important integration for a lot, because it helped me create a bigger reason why.
I called Alto
Thank you.
Paraíso. It's called Alto Paraíso, so it's literally heaven on earth. It's if you translate directly from Brazil, it's a high paradise.
Mm.
It's a
And
very high frequency place by default. So it's like whoever comes there, you want it or not, it drops in the heart.
Is it in the mountain, or is it in the near the beach, or where is it?
Jinhong, it's paradise. So it's in the middle of 2,500 waterfalls surrounding it.
Mm.
Crystals all over the ground. You can
Wow.
find a crystal walking on the street, literally like, oh, the crystal. I found one.
Wow. Sounds intriguing. When is the retreat?
April 28th
April 28th.
to
Okay.
May 3rd.
To
But
May
I invite everyone to stay a few extra days if you
Okay.
want.
Do we have
Awesome.
available that list for that?
Awesome. Yeah, I wrote down. I will keep me updated. Is this a
If you
time?
want- If you want more details, Shaw can send you any details and
Yeah.
flights or costs or any of these associations. Shaw
Yeah.
will deal. You
Yeah,
guys can have a
please.
conversation and make it
Please,
happen.
Shaw. Yeah. Yeah.
Shaw, okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Please.
sounds good.
Yeah.
Jinghong, I believe I have your email. Do you mind if I add that to our
Yeah.
everything? Okay,
Please. Yeah. Calendar, everything. Yeah.
awesome.
Thank you, Shaw.
You're a legend.
Mm.
See? Exciting times. Exciting times ahead.
Yeah.
How can we support you, Jinhong?
Thank you for asking. Yeah, I have been, refocusing, and I've been, my goal right now is to merge my CPA firm with another firm. My strength is in the innovative thinking and speaking. So I want to focus on just the thinking, the writing, and the speaking, do some TED Talks, and then focus on the main, a few major clients that I work with them as a CFO and tax strategist, and then have a
You rock.
thank you, have a team to focus on operation. I want to get out of operation, so that's for my CPA business. And then recently I have been speaking a lot in the Chinese community to help them not export to America, but really, establish their business in America, creating American brands and all of these, taking advantage of this geopolitical situation, tariff and all of these, look at the opportunity side, so they can actually establish a factory in America, Mexico, or Canada, and then help them to establish their manufacturing in America. America has so much need for all these technologies. So that's and I have a few projects in conversation, in the process, robotic, green energy, like that, in America. And then also one, it's a dental product also. And really, like, this is the century where we, like the Chinese entrepreneurs, just like in the 90s, the Japanese become global, the Chinese now, it's time for them to actually become global citizens and global entrepreneurs. So I'm supporting them coming to America, not only US, but also the entire Americas. Yeah, so if any, resources or partnerships will be great. And I'm also on Tuesday, we're 4 of us are meeting. We're creating a private equity fund to support this kind of investment as well.
Perfect. So I would love for us to see how we can support you, because we are also in that process. And beautiful man over here, Mr. Ross.
Hi, Mr. Ross.
Hi.
Is able to go into a lot of the details alongside you. And Ronald is an amazing CPA in Amsterdam.
Awesome. Hi, Ronald. Amsterdam, that's a beautiful place.
So numbers love us and we love numbers.
Thank you.
And so we would love to see how we can serve and support alongside you. Today we're also going to meet one of my professors at university who is on a lot of M&A and mergers to integrate that here in Alberta. So not only me, but one of our other real estate team, Brenda. So you'll get to. We would love to see how we can serve and support you in if your needs in any which way. Do you want to add anything?
Yeah, whereabouts are you based?
I am in St. George, Utah, and my old base is in Los Angeles, California. So I'm kind of, in between these two places.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I lived in LA for a while.
Yeah, I'm also getting a residency card in Mexico. So, that will be another place I'm gonna, probably buy a property, establish something there to help companies grow there.
I love to say that you said residency. My master was about tax residence.
Yeah, that's right. That's one of the strategies there. We can do income shifting strategies for
I'd
tax.
love to get on a call with you and Ross together to discuss this for the whole community.
Yeah, that would be awesome. The income shifting strategy could be very creative. Yeah, thank you, Ron. Okay. Yeah, Eric, you talk about a professor have done mergers and acquisitions. Here's one thing that I'm interested in developing, because there's a huge demand for merger and acquisition in the small, middle, family-owned business, and most of the mergers and acquisitions are, we heard is big companies, and then you have these investment bankers behind it, making it way too complicated. So one of my talent is to simplify complex processes, simplify complex issues. And I have successfully done that in the tax field. And, I'm going to do a TED talk, and it's like in 17 minutes, I'll tell people this is the tax strategies simply, you can understand. So the same way I want to simplify the merger and acquisition process for small businesses. So one is, so that they have, they can eliminate their anxiety of unknown. Two is you can really help them to bridge, because merger and acquisition, indeed, in today's world, we are basically matching people's strengths and weaknesses together, right? Like in terms of my own business, I'm doing the same thing, and really creating ecosystems. So I want to create innovative ways of mergers and acquisitions, and not necessarily the traditional way of mergers and acquisition, but also kind of partnerships, relatively independent, but also cross overlap in areas that you can collaborate. And that will open up so much opportunities for companies.
But can you unpack a bit more what you mean by cross? What did you say? Cross and like? Okay.
Overlaps. Okay. So let's say, the traditional, let's do a comparison of like, traditional M&A or traditional traditional marriage, for example, traditional marriage, you totally become one, and but you can totally look at a possible form could be, two entire sovereign beings coming together, totally independent in many ways, emotionally, physically, financially, spiritually, and then you can also become a partnership in, certain areas, business or life, and then certain areas you overlap and partner, and the key is having an agreement that is all spelled out, the boundaries and the expectations, the promises, and the strengths, weakness, who will bring what, right? So so there's a possibilities. I think we can open new forms of collaboration, beyond the traditional merger and acquisition paradigm, and we can create kind of, more flexible variations of merger and acquisitions that help companies to grow and develop, or stages of, promises and agreements.
Jin-Hong,
Yeah.
I heard something about TED Talk a few times, and is it possible to see it once, because you're gonna do it in 20 minutes, you said, right?
Yeah.
Can you share the link? I was very curious what you were talking about there.
Right now I have not talked, but I have drafted my text PPTs, and I can talk, and we can have a time, and we can go through it.
Would be very interesting. I feel like to have this recorded for all the Lighthouse to spread it in the community.
Yeah.
Maybe that's a beautiful for you stage.
Yeah.
To practice if you have not done the TED Talk.
Yeah, that would be great. If I would love to have an audience to listen to me and give me feedback.
Let's make it happen, man. Like, you're in a Lighthouse, so
yeah.
There are enough excited people who would love to hear what you have to say.
Yeah.
And we are definitely not unknown to give.
How about the next Friday, this
feedback.
time? How about on next Friday this time, and we can announce and invite people, and then I can, speak. Yeah.
Great idea. I think that would be amazing, and I think maybe Ross, do you want to add anything about Impact Fund or Impact?
Well, no, I'd love to talk to you another time, Jihong, with more time, because I think certainly like what you're talking about, how to structure M&A deals, is something that I'm very passionate about. And I've bought and sold multiple companies now as well, and all through the same process of trying to keep it simple, focused, and about how you can add shareholder growth and value. So I'd love to talk to you more about that, and then obviously we can exchange ideas around private equity setups, because I've done a couple before in my past, and we're just in the process right now of setting up our own private equity focusing on impact investing. So something that's very simple. And I was looking at your LinkedIn just now, and it seems like you're very similarly aligned to what we're trying to achieve. So it'd be good for us to maybe have another what we're achieving, and maybe we should have a conversation another time about it.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. That'd be awesome. Yeah. So so you are in the group, right? In the leadership group, right? Yeah. Well,
no, we are in The youth leadership is another group I
So
feel.
it's all in the Lighthouse. Maybe Shaw, is Jin Hong in the Lighthouse? Can we get that all set up? Is it okay, brother?
Jin Hong?
Yeah, I don't know, but
Yeah, I'm not in there. Sure, I'm not in there. I'm only in the youth leadership. So if
You
you can
are
put
in
me,
there, only your phone needs to get in there. You are already in there, my friend.
thank you. Thank
So,
you.
Jin Hong, if I may make a suggestion, you know, after today, so you know, we're talking with a lot of M&A guys, acquisition guys. Not only did we have this whole last week having that discussion and recognizing how to work together, but also we're meeting later this afternoon. So I would make a suggestion, you know, maybe we can either meet on Saturday or Sunday, but maybe if we can support you in any which way with your meeting on Tuesday, we're happy to be of support and be there for you, you know, in whichever way, shape, or form that you feel that you may need. So
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Yeah, well, Thursday will be in. I mean, Tuesday will be in Orange County in Los Angeles. 1 o'clock have lunch. I know it's far away, but I mean, you know, let's exchange phone numbers and everything, right? In the group, let me add you guys, and at any time, if possible, we may.
I got just an insight. Maybe we could ask Mart and together with Eric to get a sub-community about this subject so we can discuss
Yeah.
it in more detail. So not
Yeah.
everybody needs to get into the detail we need to.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Yeah,
So Mart
and then
is experimenting with communities about that. I know. Is it correct, Mart? Or am I hallucinating?
That's something I checked, but perhaps at this stage, making a different group specifically focused on this topic might be better.
Yeah. Yeah,
But
that'll be great. Sean, maybe you can organize a group.
Mart, here. This is a no S at all. Take it.
oh,
Yeah.
Use
so what we can do here, fellas, is because Mark is able and he's aware of some of the things to do in WhatsApp, and he was suggesting this already in the past. So if you would like, Mart, I think that would be if it's okay with you, brother. I would love your support in doing that subgroup for investment and numbers and numbers. Let's call it the numbers lighthouse or whatever you want to. You know, the numbers side of things, because it would be good to have a measurable component to the lighthouse community, because what we measure matters and what matters needs to be measured. So I think that would be really grounding
Yeah.
for not just what we're doing as a team, but
Mhm.
also that for the future of our community, it will allow the people that are very interested in the numbers, the dynamics of numbers, to then recognize how strategic we are in innovation, in solution-oriented map and processes, and then fundamentally having those optics. And as Keith Cunningham says, as long as we have structure, we provide leverage and optics, then we have an exponential growth. So, Mart, is that okay with you, brother?
I can do the groundwork.
Yeah, that would be awesome. Thank you very much. And then I can start to, share some of the projects, share PPTs, that I'm working on, and yeah, that would be awesome. I would like to,
My hallucination is that we as seniors should include Shaw and Mart to let them
Yes.
learn
Yes,
in the real
yes.
shit, not on the school where they teach you
Yes.
rubbish.
Yes. It's all about
My hallucination, Shaw. Are
people.
you into that?
It's all about people development, and Shaw is so amazing. Shaw took the initiative to come to me, say, Jin Hong, can I follow you? Can I shadow with your work? Can I just learn from you? And can you be my mentor? And And I said,
I
whoa,
didn't know
Shaw,
that.
you
I
know,
didn't know that. Beautiful.
yeah, and
Beautiful.
that's all it is, you know. It's like in life, it's so simple. You just go approach people and say, you know, can you be my mentor? And you have to do it. You know, you can't expect your mentor to do it. You have to do it, and then they'll be so happy. Everybody, you know, they'll be so happy to work with you. Yeah, it's most fulfilling. One of the most fulfilling things. Yeah, and that's why I'm actually going to also teach a class at the university here as an adjunct professor. It's just, you know, so fulfilling at our age.
I know. I do the same. I do the same.
Yeah, maybe there's a way, Jin Hong, that you and Ronald can also exchange some ideas, because Ronald also teaches at a university in Amsterdam, or sorry, in Holland.
Awesome.
And I don't know I don't know how that works, but I'm certain that you know, the children that you both teach are going to benefit from your guys' exchange, because as a result, Shaw and Mart and Meta are all, I mean, and myself, we're all learning
And
from you
Ross.
guys.
And
So,
Ross. We need Ross by that.
of course.
We need a musician. Yes, he's awake. I see him. Yes.
Yeah, I would love to learn from you guys. For me, teaching is the best way of learning.
Exactly. Learning by doing, and there is no try, only do. Yoda.
Yes.
I will share the picture in the group.
Yes, thank you.
So one thing, one thing that we're all doing, and this is actually happening on the call following this, is Ananda Giri, who introduced me to Shaw. On the next call, we're actually also then bridging a school of college in Dubai with the Loka Foundation, because their community, 110 young students, are going to be going to New Delhi, and we want to create basically an event at the end of January in Satva campus in India, so that these 110 students not only connect back to nature as well, but are then able to take that experience and integrate that into business and development in India on the ground alongside the villagers. So this is something that is happening, you know, we're integrating that as well. So this is maybe something that might be of interest or value to what you guys are talking about as well.
Definitely, I'm definitely interested about education and oh, I have to turn off my stove.
So that's right after this. This at 9.
Yeah.
Okay.
You want to come to that?
Yeah, at least part of it I can come to.
Yeah, definitely passionate about education, and I have been, my personal experience, you know, like Ron, probably you have the same experience. When I studied accounting, you know, tax, I was so confused, you know, it's like I lost the confidence. It's like, how can I be a good accountant? Because it's too complicated, too technical. So I've learned, you know, I started to teach totally different way. You know, I first teach it from the business context, not technical accounting context. And then I get rid of all these debit and credit technical stuff, you know, just the assets, liability.
I want to talk to you now even more.
Yeah. And then the tax side.
Simplicity is the ultimate sophistication.
Yeah. So it's like I have revamped my entire philosophy to just simplify all the education and make it so easy. Because right now in America, we have such a shortage of accountants. And if we look at the college, 30% of the accounting major students dropped accounting major after the first accounting class. So, yeah, I'm definitely, very much passionate about that. And
Same here. Same here. Maybe we can build a business model from that for the Lighthouse.
yeah,
We build Lighthouse accountants who see
yeah,
the light. Maybe we
yeah,
should brand that, Eric.
yeah,
Yeah.
It's already
definitely.
done.
Yeah,
There's no
yes,
slide, Ronald.
I mean, the thing is, it comes back down to the one sentence, which is revenue is vanity, profit is sanity, and cash is king.
yeah,
Hell yes!
yeah, that's it. Yeah,
Business without it, right? And at the end of the day, I can make my P&L, my balance sheet look like how I want it, but it doesn't
yeah,
mean the cash is working through the business. And I need to just think of a business like a black box of how much cash I can put in, crank the handle, and how much comes out the other side.
yes,
Right.
yeah,
And that's the real basics of what accounting should be in the business.
yeah, yeah. And then you hit the nail also, it's like I was so confused about the cash flow statement. What is that? It's so complicated. But the reality is just the cash basis income statement, right?
Yes.
So that's how
With
I
that.
shift the consciousness, and then it's very easy to understand. Yeah.
Romo is experiencing some kind of multiple what?
Yeah. Yeah, like I can teach accounting like in in a week, and turn out an accountant who understands, and then same with tax, it's like done it was the entire education is from bottom up, like you study like for a week study income, and for a week study depreciation. It's so confusing, I just go from top down. It's okay, what's income tax strategies. I've created 5 dimensions as context for the content, and then people understand easily. Yeah.
Only 5 dimensions there are:
Yeah.
assets, liabilities, equity, revenue, cost.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yes. Yeah.
Only 5 flavors.
Yes. Yes.
One of the
Yeah.
things that I actually want to emphasize even deeper
Yeah.
is deeper level of what it means to bring a fiduciary and a responsibility. And these 5 dimensions that allow us to cultivate a way more financial dimension, spiritual, intellectual, spiritual capital, intellectual capital, human capital, and social capital. And as a result of these 4 dimensions, we create the financial capital. And so that is the 80% psychology that makes the 20% mechanics. And so one of this thing, because everything is spiritual. Everything is consciousness, everything is purity. And when we create these lighthouse accountants or lighthouse finance or lighthouse fiduciaries, because as Tony said, there's only maybe 100,000 fiduciaries in this world.
Yeah.
That means there's a lot of people that are not taking responsibility of what's going on. And so what that means is that by us holding the standards of outstanding level, and us showing up in that capacity, we create not only the financial ecosystem, the conscious economics, but also we make sure that it creates a regenerative understanding of serving and living and moving forward. Because that is what our next generation is seeking. This is why, the other day we were talking with Shaw, and he's like, I don't even know if I want to go to university, and I don't blame him, because I prefer to learn personally from doing things and experience and having the great teachers around us, because everyone's a great teacher, but now it's important to navigate alongside people that are holding themselves to the highest, most outstanding level of principle. And from that state of behavior, we make everything possible. Because I believe that the school system creates limitations, and they're not doing it on purpose. They're doing it based off of the knowledge that they believe is important to them.
Yeah.
But what's most important is if we know better, we must fucking do it. We
Yes.
cannot stand by and pretend like it doesn't exist. If once you know, you have a duty to act.
Yes.
So now I just got an insight, Eric. That was not more important to start in Brazil because we need to bring the heart into this.
Hmm.
Yes.
Numbers is the mind, and we miss the heart, and we will find that in Paradise.
Yes. Yes, definitely. In the heart is the soul. You know, it's like I'm working with a group of lawyers and financial planners to transform estate planning. The traditional estate planning is like you divide the assets and divide the family. You know, it's like money become a curse. Now there's a money, and then the children will have a negative thoughts. Okay, how much can I get? And how much I can screw others and get it. Like that's crazy. You know, like we want to create an estate planning where we create a family. Private
now you're
equity
talking my
fund.
language. Now you're talking my language.
Like a family fund, it's like you create a family, it's a business family, and then you pass on the legacy together, right? And then, create a charity, create foundations, and then most importantly, create the consciousness, right? The values to guide the families and generations. So definitely, yes. Thank you. Yeah.
Speaking of the family, we have to go and take care of the family in India and Brazil now. India and in Dubai right now. So we have a meeting right now. I have to run. I love you both. And Jihong, please shot connect us so that we can get everything moving. Cool?
Yes. Thank you.